Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with the host and other viewers in real time. And remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community guidelines. Thanks so much. We're notifying viewers that you're live. No, you're not. I'm shadow banned. You guys don't notify anybody. What's up, Todd DBF? You're first. Not bad, buddy. Bob Pink. GRM1 Reefer. User a lot of numbers. Whatnot 237. It's me, not somebody. They're going too fast for me. Andrew. Get what? User a lot of numbers. Groovin' Reuben. What's up, Groovin' Reuben? Yo, Olivia Wind. How are you, my babe? Thanks for being here. Non-crazy, crazy cat lady joins us from Denmark. It's only 1 in the morning. Not too bad for you, baby. Ree Woo. What's up, Ree? How you doing? Good to see you here. Hey, hey. What's going on with everybody? Thanks for joining. You know, we are an hour earlier on Wednesdays now. I've decided to go at 7, and that's good. My guy, Atheist Hub. What's up? It's your first time? Grim Reefer, the Grim Reefer. That's not grim. That's happy, my friend. Well, welcome. We have a little fun here. If you got anything to talk about, bring it up, man. We love to rant, and if you got something that you want to be that you want ranted on, go ahead and put it on the screen. Sorry you're not feeling well. We hope you feel better, baby. Vinkex V1NCX. Hey, what's up? Hey, Mountain Laurel, what's up, my babe? Good to see you. I am on YouTube as well, and I'm flying solo again. I don't know when my producer Jay is going to join me. He's been so busy lately, but that's all right. I got lots of shit going on, and I wanted to talk about Kyle Shittenhouse to get started tonight. Y'all know about our guy Kyle Shittenhouse. It's really Rittenhouse. I say Shittenhouse because that's how I am. The fat little fucker who came up from Illinois to shoot people during Black Lives Matter the riots. Not that the Black Lives Matters people were doing the rioting, but that's the common perception. I know people who think that like Black Lives Matters buses rioters around to these different places and like lets them out and like, here, here's what's going to happen. This is what people think. This is the conspiracy theorists really think this. Okay, we got Jacob Blake set up. He's going to take 8 bullets in the back. He's agreed to it. He's all good with it. And then when that happens, we're going to freak the fuck out and we're going to move our buses in, and all these people are going to just pile out of the buses and start burning the fucking town down. That's what fucking people think. Anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse comes up from Illinois, gets a fucking an assault rifle handed to him by a friend in Wisconsin, so he didn't have to take the gun over state lines. Drove 30 minutes to come here and shoot people and shoot rioters, and probably wanted to shoot black rioters. Let's be honest. That's probably what he was about. Ended up shooting 2 white people that he didn't even know if they were on his side or not. Just ended up shooting people dead. Now he's on trial, and the fucking trial is starting this week after he got off for a year to do whatever the fuck he wanted with his life for different fucking reasons. The trial has started, and the judge in this trial is a senile, daft piece of shit named Schroeder, or Schrader, maybe he says, who today went off on his message to the jury about the hearsay rule, right? He was lecturing the jury on the hearsay rule, veered off into a discussion of the Bible passage about Paul, the trial of Paul, and somehow made this guy is a lunatic. If you guys aren't paying attention to this, you got to. It's crazy. We know how it's going to go. I'm looking forward to more riots in Kenosha when they let this asshole off for what he did, when there was no reason for him even to be here. But this Judge Schrader in the Rittenhouse trial is a piece of work. He already ruled that the victims of this guy's violence, this kid came here and shot 2 people dead and injured a 3rd one. Those people can't be called victims. They can be called rioters and looters, but they can't be called victims. What are you supposed to call somebody who got shot dead by somebody else? That's not a victim? No, but this is going to make the jury biased, right? To call the victims. This guy, one look at this guy and you know he shouldn't be a judge. I'd rather have fucking Kavanaugh on the case than this asshole. It's fucking embarrassing. I looked on there's a tweet that went out today. Ron Filipkowski reported this tweet. Yeah, Judge Schrader in the Rittenhouse trial, for some strange reason, decided to give the jury a law school class on the hearsay rule, which veered off into a discussion of a Bible passage on the trial of Paul. And I listened to it, and he's just rambling. He's old, he's drooly, he's fucking decrepit. It's a fucking embarrassment, and there's no justice going to be served here, none whatsoever, man. Yeah, Matt Hatter, what the fuck? It's ridiculous. Look it up on fucking Twitter. You can find it, I'm sure. But anyway, that's what I wanted to start out for. Love all you guys for being here. Did you happen to catch? No. Did Rewu says, did my dude debated a Rittenhouse simp? No way. Oh God, I did not catch that. Um, Thank you, Todd B, for your words. Thank you for being an example of how great an atheist can present. Thank you, man. That's really nice of you. I take shit all the time. Um, and I just posted a video responding to some asshole who called me angry and bitter. Do I seem angry and bitter and sad to you people? I'm a pretty fun loving guy. I'm always in a good mood. I don't really get angry and bitter about a lot of stuff, but I do get angry about religion. And is there something wrong with being angry at the ills of society? Is there something wrong with being upset and being sad and being angry at manifest evil in your world? I think that's how change happens, isn't it? So what the fuck? And I'm not Christian, right? I don't have any compulsion to forgive my enemy or to not be angry if I see something to be angry as. I don't get where this crap is coming from. But anyway, they wanted to tell me that you know uh, child religion isn't child abuse just because I say it is. Yeah, whatever, buddy. I'm not the one who says it is. There's actual fucking studies, man. But that's the kind of crap that I hear. But so thank you for your kind words and appreciate you. How did JFK Jr., a blatant liberal, become an icon of the right wing crazies? Is he? Because they think he's Q, right? I don't know. Is whatnot 237 asks, and I'm not sure. I don't know enough about that, but I do know that for a while they thought that he was Q. He was like the favorite, suspect for being Q. That's like Ghislaine. Uh, Ghislaine Maxwell doesn't want her accusers called victims or minors, doesn't she? Yeah, too bad, Ghislaine, fucking freak. Um, so Youngkin won in Virginia. What's that? Uh, what's Youngkin? Who is he running for? I don't know. Hi, Sergeant Bake. What's up? You baked? Big buff man. What's going on? Am I upbeat and fun? Thanks. Yeah. Uh, Pathetic on the Sims part. I'm sure my dude kept trying to explain, and the Simp would double down. Yeah, that's how they go, though, right? And the people that have come to this guy's defense, and to me, it's like, what? If it was someone from town who thought that they were protecting their property or their business, or then I give it this asshole came from a different town just to be involved in a riot that he had no business even being here over, and then went bad and he shot some people. What's up, atheist in South Dakota? Call me dad. I love it, man. Hey, am I familiar with the atheist experience? I know Dillahunty and I've talked to him, but I don't watch the show. So no, I guess I'm not really familiar with it. Yeah, we atheists do have a right to be angry. Thanks, Olivia. You're right. We're discriminated against. We live in a fucking country where people are trying to make it a theocracy when all we want to do is have some civic decisions made for the civic good, not just for part of us. Passionate does get mistaken for anger. You're right. Thomas Jefferson was an atheist. Thomas Jefferson was a deist. I'll disagree there, but yeah, he definitely wasn't a Christian. Thank you. The How Frank. They are rare, but they do exist. Who? John Delancey is Q. Also met John Delancey, man. That was a thrill of my life, man. Um, Borrowed a sweat towel of mine at the Reason Rally, and I'd met him before that. We interviewed him. We got lucky, and he agreed to be interviewed on the old show, and that was really fucking cool. And then I've seen him a couple times since then. Smart guy, really. One of those guys who gets typecast, right? Because he seems intelligent, he's tall, he's got the big forehead, he's got the deep voice, so he's always getting typecast as like smart dudes like that or arrogant intellectuals, elitists, like that. But I love him, and he makes a lot of fucking sense. He's spoken a couple of times at atheist rallies, and yeah, I got a picture of him. Came out of the porta potty at Washington D.C. Didn't have a towel to wipe his hands on. I'm like, here, Q, take my fucking sweat towel. It's barely been used. Dry your hands on my towel. Still got it hanging up. Didn't wash it. I'm kidding. I'm not like that. But yeah, John Delancey, very cool. Oh, is that the governor? Was there a governor? The Youngkin is the governor. Oh, he's a Trump supporter. Yeah, I have bad feelings. The Democrats are so fucking stupid that they can't even take advantage of a time like this when they should like grind their heel in and destroy the Republican Party. We're going to see a bunch of Republicans take back seats in the House, take back seats in the fucking Senate, and all that. All that opportunity is going to be gone. You watch it. Yeah, Virginia's never far from being red, though, is it? Don't you love it? We do have a good community. Thanks, Rue, for saying that. Anyone who isn't a rich white Christian should be angry. Yeah, how about it? My towel is Sutal. Sin-free atheist, my guy. Mi toalla, tu toalla. Democrats are so spy. Yeah, they really are. If they just learn to fight, if they could just fight dirty like the Republicans do, they'd get so much further. But they suck too. I mean, they're just not. They're not cut out. Nobody's out there who represents us. We need a purple party. We need a new party right now. We need a party that represents us, the fucking secular people of America that don't give a shit about your religion, that want to get good things done for everybody. Did you ever believe in God? Yeah, I believed in God until I was 17 or 18 or 20, maybe, and then it went from being a Christian God to a deist God to a description of love to the divinity within me, like the best that you can be of yourself, kind of a Satanism kind of way. And then like it's all bullshit. Uh, how about Andrew Yang's new party? You know what? I'd follow Andrew Yang down the road for a while to see what he's got up his sleeve. The guy cracks me up, man. He's got ideas. If he can back them up, man, I'm all for it. Like I say, I just want somebody young in there. I want somebody young, exciting, think outside the box, something fucking different. You from Charlotte? I just left Charlotte. Progressive person from PA. I know. I was there for a few days back in the old dungeon here. Yeah, we need Democrats with balls, right? We need Democrats that know how to twist a knife. We need Democrats that know how to play dirty like the fucking reps do. Yang should be the next New York governor. That'd be great, man. Are you sick of the Cuomos, man? Man, that guy fucked that up. What happened? Whatever happened with Cuomo Jr. now that he's been exposed as a molester or whatever the fuck, he groper or whatever the fuck he did. You're running in 2024? I'm running in the pizza parlor. No more bullshit, just pizza. My guy. I'm Matt Hatter from Buffalo. Were you convinced of a God when you were young or just going along with it? I don't know. I think it's been so long, man. I don't know if I really was. I think I was convinced. I thought about it enough to feel like it was real at that point. Yeah, Mayor Pete was cool too. Thanks. Pine Box Provisions. Thanks for being here. And thanks everybody for being on board. Let me switch back to see if anybody got onto the YouTube yet. They did not. I pulled up some stuff to talk about, and then I switched windows, and then the YouTube window's not up anymore. Because there was a couple of things on Reddit today that got my attention. Bernie is a closet atheist. I don't know if he's even that closeted. I'm pretty sure if you know him, he's like most modern Jews, where they don't really pay much attention to the God concept anymore. Hey, what's up, Sichislav? Thanks for being here from Poland, Central Europe, EU member. Hey, from Milwaukee. What's up, Casey Jones? Milwaukee. Oh, you're from Buffalo too, says Michael R229. But now I live in Florida. Yeah. Is it easier to live in Florida with all the assholes or Buffalo with the weather? What was better for you? What's a closet atheist? He's a politician, so he doesn't want to come out. He wants to wear his Judaism on his sleeve enough so that people think he believes in something. He doesn't want to come out and say that he's an atheist because that'll get him unelected. Not that he was terribly electable to begin with, but yeah, that happens in politics. I think we've got a lot of closeted atheists in politics. It's not that's not a surprise, and it's nothing new. The Farrier God says he started reading Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. Amazing book. Nice. There's a good recommendation for you. Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. I'm going to try to write that down. Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. Thank you for that. And hurry. Looking for more stuff to read myself because I think I need to read more. Doing what I do because people always ask me. And now winter's coming. I should have some more time. I got through 2 more chapters of the Quran tonight, so I'm getting there. Chapter 11. It's actually close to halfway because they put them in order of longest to shortest, and a lot of those last ones are fast and quick. It looks like, and maybe more interesting, like one-liners, maybe some proverb style stuff. So it's terrible still, but I'm getting through it, and I will get through it, and I'll give you a full report when I'm done. Hey, from Dublin, Ireland, what's up? In Dublin tonight. The snow's always better, says Michael. Waukesha, Wisconsin, in the house. What's up, Waukesha? Organic is king in Ohio here. Shibber is 7766. What's up? I have a feeling if Mayor Pete does run again, that he'll do a lot better. I think he was a pretty attractive candidate, to be honest with you. Can't we just get along and key things to ourselves? Asks Cowboy C's. I don't know, but we used to be able to. The people that used didn't talk about um, religion and politics, right? It just was off the table, and then everybody could get along. And now with with religion on people's sleeves in America, like it is, it's right there in your face for you. The evangelicals make it an issue, and then they get grumpy about it when people don't want to just believe what they believe. What's up, 0007? Double O, I get it, 007. Hey, from Boston. What's up, Mask Girl? How are you? Lily Ebert is a remarkable woman. Lily Ebert is a remarkable woman. Check out her content. Living history. Who's that? Lily Ebert? Is she on TikTok? Johnny Black is with us. Ethan Rim. Buford, the flying table. Nobody been preaching tonight. Remember the rules. If you get caught preaching on the train, you get kicked off. Joe Caffeinated. Hello from Georgia. What's up, Joe? Yeah, my dad always said if you want to have friends, don't talk religion or politics. It's a good policy. It will definitely help um, not get you in trouble in casual conversation. And it's like that with anything else. If you want friends, just agree with people. Don't be like me and argue with everything. Pine Box Provision says liberal vegetarian New Englander transplanted to Texas. I'm so sorry, my friend. Watching Republicans in their natural environment. Yeah, Texas Prop 3 passed, right? Now the government can't shut down churches anymore. Boy, that's an important law. I'm glad you assholes passed that one. What a fucking bunch of dipshits. Texas, literally, full of like five of the smartest people in the country and like a million and a half, 2, 3, 4 million of the stupidest people in the country. However many people are in Texas, I don't know. What a fucked up state of being is Texas right now. I'm glad you're doing okay. Glad you're down there. Glad you're not um, falling prey to the Texans in their natural environment. But that's got to be brutal. What the fuck? You meet better friends with honesty. You just get acquaintances by keeping quiet. That's true. You get better friends, maybe not more. That's why intellectuals are moving there, right? Where, to Texas? And my daughter's boyfriend just moved everyone there so he could have his guns and be with gun people. Really? I'm sorry that your daughter's dating a guy like that. He can have his guns and be with gun people. You can pretty much do that anywhere. Like Texas is like they just have them like they've taken all the restrictions. You just go like walk down the road with your assault weapons hanging off your back. Ben Shapiro's dad's girlfriend says Texas is a great state. Yeah, if you're you know um, a freedom hating Trump tard religion, Texas is a great state. She just told me he left a gun under the bed. Nice, nice. That's a dude who's not going to come to a good end. Anyone who's that into their guns ends up fucking doing something stupid with them. Georgia isn't much better. Yeah, what's the worst state right now? Texas, Georgia, Arkansas has been pretty bad lately. But it's always changing for me. But Texas, I don't know. It's hard to argue with Texas being the most backward state in the union. My ex-husband moved down there a few years ago. I'm a fan of Texas for that one reason. It's not Washington. Yeah. All my exes live in Texas. Texans better prepare. More bad winter weather is likely again. Yeah. You think they can worry about their infrastructure? Nah, they're worried about you don't make a law to shut us down. We can't. I don't care what kind of pandemic is out there. It could be zombie apocalypse. I'm going to my fucking church, and y'all can't stop me. Y'all can't pass no law saying that we can't have church and we want to gather. That's religious freedom. We can spew our germs on each other all the live long day down here in Texas. Yeah, Texas does have the most mega churches and prolific evangelists. So yeah, pretty bad. They also have like a couple of the best atheists in the country. You got Matt Dillahunty and Aaron Ra right there for you, and the whole crowd at the Austin the atheist community of Austin, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, Knoxville. Just drove through Knoxville on the way back. Uh, sorry, all of Tennessee is a religious shithole. How can a state of big pickups can't drive in the snow? because they don't have snow, man. They don't have snow, and a lot of it's flat, right? So a lot of flexus is tat. A lot of flexus is tat. Woo, I'm together. And I know it's not like that, but if people don't drive, if people aren't from where there's hills and snow, they don't have any idea. Even people around here, it's very, very flat around here, and so snow. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really challenge you. Where I came from in New England, man, it's like there wasn't a straight road or a non-hill or a non-curve on any road. And if it snowed a lot, you had to know what you were fucking doing, or you were crashing up against the goddamn. Do I have a CDL? I do have a CDL. Thanks. They want women to believe they came from a rib. Yeah. What's worse, though, being scooped up out of mud and made out of clay or whatever the fuck the man was, or at least being made from something that makes a body. But I don't know. It's stupid. It's such an obvious metaphor. It doesn't mean anything. Uh, Coming from a rib. Anyone who thinks the Genesis is literal, I laugh in their face, man. I mean, it's one thing to be religious, and if you're on here and you're religious and you get it and you're just here to be cool, that's cool. But I'm sorry. If you're a religious person, I think less of your intelligence. Call me crazy, call me a jerk. I don't give a fuck. If you are religious, I think less of your intelligence. Ironic Texans call everyone else snowflakes, but fall apart if actual snowflakes come and they go to shit. uh, my friend's kid asked, "You don't believe in God?" I said, "Not true. I don't believe in any." That's right. I don't believe in any gods. Thanks for the follow, Another Galaxy. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that follow. Still nobody on the YouTube. I will pay attention if you come on YouTube and you ask a question. I'm getting better at looking at it. No, no, what's worse? No, what's worst? Alabama. Um, Worse than Texas? I don't know. Alabama, the shiny buckle of the Bible Belt, right there, my friend. Not been to Alabama. One of the two states in the South I've not been to, and also not been to Alaska. Necessarily smooth brained those theists. What's up? What's up, bro? Big man 703. What's up with you, man? The only time I went off the road in the snow is when my brakes decided to kick my foot back. How'd that happen? You got your first job? The hub got his first job ever? Are you young? Or you just been out of work forever? Hello, Black Cat Claw. What's up, baby? You should keep on with that Alabama accent. I don't know. I just fall into it. There's so many different accents. People are like Southern accent, please. It depends on where you're from. There's so many different. You got your George W. Bush Texas style drawl here, a little bit here, a little religion for America. That's all we need, right? Then you got your Southern Belle sort of charm in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia accent. And then you got your super hillbillies from Tennessee looking at them bars up in the woods. I can't even unless I'm right there hearing them. It's hard to do. You got that Cajun accent that's so different than everything else. So yeah. Um, you're going to Anchorage next year? That's cool, dude. Take me along. NJ Olives. Hey, friends. What's up? Are you really only 15, Hub? Really? Well, congratulations to you, man, for getting your first job. I don't realize that you were only 15. That's crazy. I don't think you ever brought that up. I want to go to Texas for two reasons only: to visit Buc-ee's and Whataburger. I don't know what either of those things are. Buc-ee's is pretty great. What is that? Yeah, I think I got a first job at 15. Matt Hatter says he didn't have his first job until 17. Matt, that's because they were discriminated against you. I know you were trying. Yeah, 15, 16, I think that's when we got our first jobs. Well, what's the job, man? What are you doing? Let us hear what you're doing. Disney World of gas stations. My first kind of sort of job when I was 13, helping your dad on the farm. Those are chores, son. That's not a job. What's Buc-ee's? Someone going to tell me what Buc-ee's is? Is it like a food? Is it like fast food? I don't know what that is, man. That gonna be a cat. Oh, you're gonna be a cashier. All right, man. Cool, man. Do a good job. Every time you close that drawer, it's got to make sense, man. You're gonna get in trouble if they're missing a penny. But congratulations, kid. That's good for you, buddy. Dangerous Crumb. What's up? Hey, bestie. Bucky's is a religion here. It's a massive gas station. Bucky's is a gas station. That's what you guys are like raving about. Bucky was the guy who escaped prison here in Buffalo years ago, killed a bunch of folks. Bucky, beady beady beep, beady beady buck. No, I mean the actual farm, like crops and spraying fertilizer on them. Yeah, but then you have to do that like as part of the family. You're saying? Did you get paid for that? You know what I mean? I mean, if you grow up on a farm, then you have farm chores, like a weirdly named Flying J. Wow, 5,000 acres. That's awesome, dude. Um, oil gas station, Texas. Oil gas station, Texas religion makes sense to me, I guess. Uh, when he escaped, your family passed him hitchhiking. What if they'd have picked him up, dude? Or they have Bucky's, so it's just like a mega gas station with like all the with like travel stuff and like we have Speedway around here and Circle K they have, which I call Circle J, right? In the South, there's Circle K's, right? And like Flying J, somebody mentioned, or Pilot, right? Loves we have. But you're saying like Bucky's has like good food? You got to the farm later than everybody else. Sure. Come on, man. Don't sleep it in when the farm's got shit to be done, man. If we picked him up, we'd be dead. He killed TJ's guy. He killed this guy. He killed T. Yeah, that's crazy, man. When they talk about hitchhikers, it's like I grew up when hitchhiking like first was like became a bad thing. Like hitchhiking was pretty common when I was really young, and then like some people got killed, I'm sure, and they had to have like public service announcements telling you not to hitchhike, and all of a sudden it was like people were like pick up hitchhikers, and that was when I was little, but yeah, I remember beef jerky counters, kolachkis, sandwiches, clothes, warehouse. It's nuts. Wow, wow, sounds like Bucky's is the place to be, man. My husband works for Love's, those MAGA truck drivers or something else, does he? Yeah, is he working like as a mechanic? Shelly, plain and short. Um, yeah, I bet they are MAGA truck drivers and their fucking conspiracy theories. Been missing producer Jay posting on TikTok. Gotta keep up on work though. Yeah, he's just been super busy. He got a contract to make a bunch of videos for like a credit union or something. So it was good for him, man. I was happy for him, but he's so busy that we haven't even seen him at all. Um, my mom had to forbid my dad to pick hitchhikers up with us in the car. I'm that old. Yeah, you're that old, Devin Dozers. I don't know if my parents weren't really the people who would picked up hitchhikers. I don't think. Um, and I want to say maybe I was with my uncle once when we picked up a hitchhiker. But there's something inherently creepy about it anyway, isn't there? You know what I mean? Um, just picking up a random on the road, I mean, back in the day, maybe people didn't think of it as much, I guess, when the kind of atrocities that have always gone on started coming to light. Because I feel like that, my grandma was always a great one for that. Oh, I don't know what the world's coming to. Oh, everything, all you hear is bad news. Yeah, because you hear it now. There's a camera everywhere. All the same shit always went on. You just didn't hear about it instantly like you do now. So, um, I think when a few of those things came to light, then it was all on, and people had to tell everybody. Not to pick up hitchhikers. Yeah, lot lizards. The lot lizards. That's too funny. Everybody know what a lot lizard is? I'm a merchant sailor's kid. That's cool. Um, that's romantic, isn't it? Being a merchant sailor, being a merchant marine. Um, and I guess if you did it, it would probably suck after a while and be really lonely. But it's one of those things like being a train driver. That it's like, to me, that would be cool and romantic for a little while until it got like really hard. Got Bucky's in Tennessee and Georgia now too. Why do I feel like I just went through Tennessee, and now I'm starting to now Bucky's is starting to ring a bell. Um, I think I might have saw something else though. Ever watch the Mighty Boosh? What's the Boosh? What's the Mighty Boosh? We picked up hitchhikers on occasion in my youth in Scandinavia. See, now that, maybe Scandinavian hitchhiker's not quite as scary, with the potential for a gun in every pocket like we have here in America. Um, Hello, Jamland 123. What's going on with you? Oh, Mighty Boosh is a tribute British comedy show. It's on Hulu. Is it funny? I'll have to watch it. I love British comedy. Yeah, British humor. You either love it or you hate it. People used to tell me they didn't get Monty Python, and I was like, "What? What? You don't what? You don't you don't find that shit funny? Oh my god!" But as a lot of people don't. They don't really like British humor, and I never understood that. Correct, not much to worry about even to this day, but few would do it today. Nevertheless, I suppose. Hello from Brazil. Bom dia. Diffidens. What's going on? Hey, Betty Florence, how are you? Good to see you, Betty. Make you feel high. Makes you feel high even when you're sober. What does? What did I miss? Oh, the Boosh. uh, I'll have to check it out, man. Boosh is super, super weird. It's a beautiful work of surreal art and hilarious. Nice, man. I'll check it out. I'm kind of inspired to make an atheist account now. I want to argue with Bible thumpers. Well, go for it. We need people who want to argue with Bible thumpers because I sure don't. It just drives me nuts, man. They're just so brain dead and intransigent. Even I know atheists are pretty intransigent, but not if there's some evidence, not if there's some reasonable argument that comes up. It's like all the atheists I know be like, oh, yeah, okay. I know we're hard headed, and that comes along with being smart people, but I feel like arguing with religious people is just like banging your head against the wall. I never could go there. All the British I know humor I know is Ricky Gervais. That's because you're 15, man. I don't know, like you need to go back and watch Monty Python if you haven't. My parents still make me go to church. I'm 21. Yeah, they can't do that if you're 21. I don't know what to tell you about that. Um, Sounds like you need to move out of the house. Some theists think I'm a believer because I say Jesus Christ and goddamn. Occam's razor, Pascal's wager. Eyes are complicated. Blah blah blah. Oh, because eyes are so complicated, that means God is real. Is that what it is? Debadozers, the reasons. Yeah, I've heard that one too. Yeah. Please, Dalana, Dalana. Why? Tell us why you're still being forced to go to school or to church when you're 21. I say Jesus H a lot, but I leave the Christ out. Okay. What's up, gayest twink? Hola, my friend. How are you? Atheistic reasoning. Good morning to you, my friend, and thanks for the compliments. Appreciate you. Thumpers have an answer for everything, even if it's just faith. Yeah, that's why I don't argue with them because they're not going to listen. Um, they'll always just be able to double down on their bullshit. It took me a while to stop saying "Oh my God" or Jesus. Yeah, I don't. I say Jesus Christ all the time. It's a good swear. It comes off the mouth. Jesus Christ. It's one of those English swears. Most swears in most countries are formed by sounds that come off of your tongue easy. It's really easy to snap certain words off. That's why the word fuck is so incredibly artistic. It's just so guttural and so powerful with the pops in it. Um, you can extend out the U and be like fuck. But as you study language, you realize that like most of the swear words that come from language are they come because of that, because it's so easy to say in that way that you want to say it. Yeah, those are all just habits. I mean, this is a part of how we're indoctrinated as a society, aren't we? No matter what kind of atheists we are, no matter what kind of uh, you know strength we have against the cultural conditioning that we've all grown up with. None of us are free from those kinds of expressions. None of us will ever be free from the God concept. It's not going to happen. We do all live with God. We do deal with God. And when Christians and other religions are they're always like, oh, the fact that you like talk about God means that you believe in Him. Otherwise, why would it bother you? It's like, no, we talk about it because it's ubiquitous. Everything everywhere is revolves around it, even just the day-to-day expressions. I don't really get bothered by a lot of those. I do get bothered by the thank God thing though. When you thank God for something that you should be thanking the person that did it for you, you're an asshole. And that one, I'm sensitive to. And all the other ones, God damn, God bless you, or God has a plan, or God only knows, or oh my God, or all that shit. I say it, and I don't really like pick on people who say it because I get it's just part of our language. It's part of the world that we live in. It's gonna be a long time before that stuff goes away. Religion and God might go away before that stuff goes away. God damn it. That's a good example. Cause DZNTZ. Cause distance. Cognitive cause dissonance. I don't know. What does that mean? Cognitive dissonance? Cause dissonance. That's a hell of a handle. But yeah, right. God damn it is one that it comes off the tongue so good. People aren't gonna fucking stop saying it because it's taking the Lord's name in vain. The fact that a supreme being in the cloud somewhere that's all knowing and has a plan and has got his hands wrapped around everything that goes on everywhere in the whole universe could give a shit about the arbitrary words that we use in an arbitrary language to express the idea of his or her name is ignorant. Again, no deity, no supreme deity worth their salt will give a fuck what kind of blather comes out of people's mouths when they're upset. I never got that. Even when I was religious, I'm like, why would God care if you say something like, "Oh my God"? Why? It just doesn't make any sense for a supreme being to give a shit. What if we'd named him Bill? Oh my Bill, or oh my. It's just they're just words, man, that we made up. God has a plan. Yeah, yeah. That I mean, that does make God. When people say that sincerely, you know, um, then that upsets me too. You're right, Dalana. Heard Brits saying Christ on a bike. That's a good one. Jump in Jesus. I used to say that a lot. What if Jesus had a bike, man? His what the fuck? Brought up some kind of pop up that confused me for a second there. People need something to believe in. Sheep, yeah, need to believe their lives have purpose. I guess if you're that weak minded, then go for it. You got religion. It's right there for you. It's right there for you for the weak minded people. We're trying to create a society without so many weak minded people, and I feel like the earlier we educate people better, the less they'll have those kind of needs. My mom and dad are believers and both say God damn and Jesus Christ, right? Uh, my kid has cancer, and when people thank God for her remission and not doctors, I want to throw hands. Yeah, how about it, man? That's disgusting. That's a big one, man. It's just like what? Why you thanking the guy that gave her the cancer? What the fuck? Uh, their Lord, THR Lord. What's that mean, Kev? The Lord phrase means nothing. Does we don't have to respect it. I hate the thanks God about oh yeah, when people thank God for their sports teams or give glory to God or hits a home run, you're like, yeah, because God cares more about your fucking baseball team than the other one, or a boxer who just gets done beating someone bloody, and they're like, all glory to God. And like, really? What's the other dude saying? Fuck you, God. Damn, man, you let me get my fucking face punched in again, man. Having a repetitive Having a repetitive ongoing argument with a God you don't believe in is mental. Okay, who's arguing with God that they don't believe in? We are miraculous and probably accidental. We're certainly random, certainly accidental. I don't know if we're miraculous. or not. Pine box visions. We happened, right? And miracles, there's something that can't happen. So once something happens, it happened for a reason, and therefore it can't be a miracle. What's your name? What is your name? I forgot. My name is Rob. Who's it? Eugene? Huge. I know a guy named Eugene, and the Gene is usually short for Eugene, right? This dude wanted to be called Huge. What's up, Huge? He doesn't have anything else to do but listen to you speak. Who, God? How could you say atheists exist? Someone left this in the question box. How could you say atheists exist? Like this. Atheists exist. Ad geese. I have no idea what that question means. Have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? No. This is Bolts. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. No. What's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Can't we all just stop this religion versus atheist crap? Not until religion stops fucking with the country. I'm not going to stop it until we get what we want, which is equal rights for secular people, religion out of government, religion out of the school system, and stop the indoctrination of children. Religion is only here because people can't say I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one, Hub. You're probably right about that. People aren't comfortable saying I don't know. It makes them much more comfortable to make up an answer. I sometimes say "God damn it" in front of my family on purpose. Thanks, Kevin. Way to be a provocateur. God damn it. See what Mom says. No potatoes for you tonight, son. I'm atheist, but invisible. I'm atheist. I exist. Yeah, thanks for answering that. I don't know what. Hi, Rob. Hi. I don't know. I don't know what that question meant, but it seems like you all are on it. Yeah, I can say atheists exist because we're here. We exist. I mean, spreading discrimination doesn't make any sense to me. Get help. Does anyone call me Bob? My mom used to beat people who called me Bob. So no, that never happens. My mom was right there, hating the name Bob, loving the name Rob. But that didn't stop some people, obviously. No, and it tends to be from people whose names are Bob. If your name is also Robert and they called you Bob, then you tend to call me Bob. They'll be like Bob, and I generally answer if I hear that, and I know it's directed at me. But I've never been Bob. Always been Rob or Robert. I saw green eyes professionally drawn on my girlfriend's coat and disappear. What? Religion has next to zero effect in politics and most of your. We really wish that was like that here. We really do. I am so jealous of that. I seem like a Bob. Hi, Bob. You're being silly now. I'm scrolling back through the comments here. The atheist doesn't exist is just a stupid trope about the dictionary. What does that mean? It's coming. Religion will death be abolished from secular life, maybe sooner than we think. I think as soon as, like Dan Barker said when he was on the show the other week, when the kids start voting, kids don't vote when they're 18. They don't start voting until they're in later, a little bit later in life. But when all these kids that are Gen Z or millennials now that aren't voting, when they start voting, we're going to see a real sea change. We're going to see a lot of this crap go away. Why does it happen? Because it happens. Rush, yes, a Rush quote. Are you sad that we're not going to see Rush anymore? I don't think Rush is. Are they done, man? They're not going to be able to do their thing without Neil, right? I mean, that was just silly. Who are they going to throw out there? I am Christian, and I mean you cannot say that atheism is good. No one cares. Okay. You can't say atheism is good because atheism is not really a thing. You know what I mean? It's just simply a lack of belief. You can say Christianity is not good because there's evidence for that. Um, don't watch JoJo if you're sensitive to depictions of horrific dog deaths. Atheism is good for the soul and the brain. Nice, nice, Mark. Um, I feel like there's no soul for it to be good for, but it's good for soul, right? It's good for our soul, our spunk, our charisma. Tell me more about JoJo. Greetings from Detroit, says Boiler Operator. What's up, my friend? I'm scrolling back through the comments, reading here to see what I missed. I'm getting to talk about that I missed because I hate missing your comments. You know what I mean? If you guys got stuff to talk about, I really do want to see it and hear it. But once I start talking, then I lose track of the things going by here. Um, so yeah, Kanye's a Trumpy, right? Is he? I think he just wants to be popular. I think he wants to. My take on that is that Kanye and his Christianity, he just wants to make sure he's getting every last dollar out there, right? And he knows that if he panders to Christianity, that all of a sudden he'll become cool in the minds of people who maybe didn't. Um, it's actually Ye now that he changed his name officially to Ye. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Um, he's annoying as fuck. I know people love him and think his music's great. He's a I got no time for Ye. There's a guy around the corner who loves him, and I call him Kanye Midwest. Doesn't the green eyes magically drawn mean a dark world? Is that a thing? Did I hear Marilyn Manson has been revealed to be a Christian? Really? That must explain his abuse of Evan Rachel Wood because he was a Christian, right? It makes sense now. The actual Christianity. This guy's like the actual Christianity, or those who claim to be Christians. Alex and Getty are planning a new project. It won't be rushed, but it'll be cool. Thanks, man. It's. I'm glad they're still at it, man. But definitely, and just like getting rid of it. It can't be rushed anymore. I like that when Jerry died. The Grateful Dead never went back as the Grateful Dead again because they weren't the Grateful Dead anymore. I respect that. You don't see that from the Who and the Stones. They're like, just like plug in another fucking, uh, you know, play school person in the peg in the hole, and we're a band again, and we can still call ourselves this. Never understood that. My eyes are green, but I've never had them just magically drawn on something. Yeah, I voted at 18 too. Thanks, Matt. I did. Sad to say, I voted for Reagan, if you believe that. And that was the last time I voted for Reagan, and that was the last Republican I ever voted for. I was still young enough to be, kind of thinking like my parents did at that point. Conductor Roberto of the Liberation Express. Toot toot. You got it, man. The Atheist Underground, Psychological Emancipation Railway. That is what we are here for. Good for you, Hub. You vote as soon as you're 18, but in general, people don't. And that's kind of sad. Hopefully, it's not Trump versus Trump again. I'm atheist, but you can't tell me Christianity is good. Yeah, well, of course not. Are your parents now Trumpers? My parents, no. My mom would like to be, but even she, she's a Republican, and I think I don't think she has some excuse. I think she probably voted for Trump, but she really doesn't like him and is embarrassed by the way he talks and the way he acts and the way he uses Christianity. And my dad, he gave up a long time ago on the Republicans. My dad actually voted for Obama, and my dad's a lifelong Republican. But back in the day, you could be a Republican, and it didn't mean what it meant today. You know what I mean? They were for less taxes and less government spending, and really that was it. You know what I mean? He was always pro-choice. He wasn't any hardcore weird Christian freak, protectionist. nationalist, like fascist, like they got going on now. But literally, W finished him off of uh, off of the Republican Party with his bullshit. So, um, no, neither of my parents could be called Trumpy. Just voted in your local election. Wish people cared about those more. Yeah, and that's what we need. We need people who like us who want to run on the local level. If the opportunity arises for me, I would not be against it. But that's a big life change for me that I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm ready for the work because I just don't know if I know what I'm doing enough to do it. But uh, yeah, South Dakota. My dad is calls himself a druid. Last time I talked to him, I'm guessing that he's agnostic just by the way he talks now. But I think he's very into that whole Jedi style life force connects us all kind of philosophy in his mind, which makes a lot more sense than the bullshit that comes out of Abrahamic religions. But um, Bob H on YouTube says God doesn't care because he is busy non-existing. True enough, man. And there's one for you, Bob H. Thanks for joining. Right now, capitalism is at an all-time high. Wish I was at an all-time high. I don't know how my mayor got reelected. He made it so he could run for a third term when he shouldn't. Wow. He got a law like that passed? That's crazy, man. Someone's up to something when they're doing that shit. Barack and Michelle have such class. Nice to see two people that really love each other. Yeah, I'm a fan. I just think the guy's got a good attitude. Term limits on all government positions, please. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. Why doesn't the Senate have term limits on all positions? That's absolutely necessary. It's embarrassing that these people. Oh, when capitalism grew stronger, it took a monopoly on political influence. Yeah. But my guy Kevin Rubix, man, what a smart fucker. You guys need to follow Kevin Rubix. If you don't, everything I've ever seen come out of his mouth is well thought through. And we need more folks like that. So follow Kevin Rubix, follow Non Crazy Crazy Cat Lady if you haven't. Follow my guy, Sin Free Atheist, too, a loyal listener, man. We appreciate all you guys being here. Haven't seen Heather Mack. She get on tonight? You there, Heather? Casted my first ever vote for Elizabeth Warren. All right, Gaius Twink, are you that young? I have a hard time believing you're the Gaius Twink if you're really that young. But good for you. Good for you. Vote on what's important to you. That's my advice to people who vote. Vote on on what's important to you. What's important to me is that somebody doesn't use the religious right as a cudgel against the rest of us. That's really like what I'm voting on right now. I don't, but I don't argue. If you're looking at the platforms and you're voting on the issues that matter to you, then you're doing the right thing, and I don't have any real argument with that. If you're voting because everybody else on your block votes for Trump and you don't want to be different, then you're an idiot. Sadly, that's where we've gotten to. People don't look at anything; they just they want to vote. There's Heather Mack. You are there, my girl. Follow Heather Mack, 44. I'm here. Yes, we should not have people making decisions for us who are basically on their deathbeds. Thank you. Or who are living in the past. Who think that life should be like it was in the good old 50s when life was really, really great in America if you were white and male and straight. But yeah, these people. I've been watching this since the 80s, since I've been old enough to look at what's going on, and people really, 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 really miss the 50s, man. Like that was somehow the golden era of America. And it's like, yeah, if you watch movies or if you were lucky enough to be a rich white man, yeah, life was great. The economy was booming, the industry and technology was starting to move, and we came out of World War II as the unquestioned superpower on the planet. It's like, oh yeah, life was great in the 50s for America if you were white and male and straight. Other than that, um, the 50s didn't work for very many other people, man. The 50s scares you, you would not survive. No. Uh, it took a long time for me to get over that feeling. You know what I mean? That the 50s were just romanticized in the media in this country, and from old people who were there who loved it. You know, but it took me a long time to realize that that's not reality. That depiction, that Leave It to Beaver depiction of Pleasantville and a perfect neighborhood, and it's just also so white. It's just so white. I don't know how else to put it. Uh, you just finished writing your speech about religious cults that you have to present on Friday. Friday. Um, good. So you're hanging in there. You're doing your work. You're getting A's. I expect nothing less from you, my girl. Back in my day, you could get an apple pie and coffee and still have change from the nickel. Yes, yes. You can go down and spend it at the strip club. Choo choo! Jesus fish, what's up? Jeebus. The Jeebus fish is with us. I call what the U.S. has as extreme capitalism compared to most other Western countries. Yeah, capitalism that protects the greedy, protects the selfish, protects corruption, protects the status quo, feeds itself, abuses the proletariat. I mean, um, we need reform, my friends. What's up, brother fish? What's up with you, man? What's good? What's going on? What do you got that we can talk about? You better have all A's, Heather. I'm sure you do. I didn't even need to ask. I knew you would, even though you hate it. You're out there doing your work. Back in my day, a lap dance was $20. Really? People like lap dances? Hey, you know what I mean? I've never. I don't get off on strip clubs. Honestly, I don't get off on porn, and I don't get off on strip clubs. To me, a strip club is like a buffet where you can't eat. Why do I want to go see that? It's like having to go to. It's like going to a smorgasbord, a world class smorgasbord, and not being able to eat anything. Why? Why the fuck would you go? Is the idea to mess your pants up with a lap dance? Is that comfortable? I don't. And spend money on that shit. How about you? Here's an idea. How about you go out and date? How about you attract someone that you're attracted to, and you go out and you have a fucking date? Uh, Whoever that is, doesn't matter. How about you go out and get yourself some interaction and some one-on-one personal sex, or one on three or four, whatever floats your boat. How about that? And leave the strip clubs to people who like have money and no taste and no looks and no game. Dating is a huge waste of money. We're talking about strip clubs. That's a waste of money. Dating, I guess it depends on what your priorities are and how much you're spending on a date. But um, yeah, it's an idea. Open a striptease restaurant where they show you the food, but they have to cover a little piece of the food, right? It doesn't matter what the age limit is now. Kids are still getting their hands on Nick. You're not an ugly atheist in South Dakota. I know that's not right. What's up, Gregard? How you doing? Why is it expected for a man to pay for a date? I don't know. Go find someone that doesn't, or date a man. Go date a man and then you can argue over who should pay for the date. Um, I don't know. I feel like that's I, what can you do? You know what I mean? If I was a woman, and I would work it too. If I was an attractive woman and I knew that men were sex starved, I'd make them pay for the dates. What the fuck? But yeah, if you don't want to pay for the date, then just go there and be like, all right, I get this one, you get next time. The off-grid organic movement is in its infancy, hoping someday we stop chasing the dollar. Yeah, man, and I wish I'd love to live long enough to see that. The off-grid organic movement is where I believe that's going to have a lot of legs, and probably fix a lot of the problems that we see in this post-industrial world that we live in. Bro, imagine finding someone who wants an old school date in today's world. um, Chivalry. I don't feel like that's how chivalry is spelled. My guy, super duper sussy wussy says chivalry is dead. Um, yeah, chivalry is sexism, right? It's chauvinism, right? I feel like, and I try to be chivalrous because that's just the way I was raised. But I don't try to be more chivalrous to women. Like I'll hold the door open for a man if they're coming too. But um, I can't pay for anything yet and probably won't. I can only work for 2.5 hours a day because of laws. You're only 15, man. You shouldn't be worried about paying for dates quite yet. Yes, chivalry is dead, but chivalry is very much alive. Uh, yeah, there's chivalry and then there's being polite. Yeah. Hey, everyone being equal now should go halvesies on the check. Yeah, and I think you'll meet people like that. I've dated people like that who weren't like just waiting for me to pay. You know what I mean? I feel like there's some change there. It depends on who you're with, and where they came from and how they were raised. But I know most guys are just looking for hookups around here. To be honest, I'm not about that. Yeah, I guess I'm not being your age. I don't know what the dating scene is like, but is Tinder completely taking that off the table? And people just expect a hookup, and maybe they get it, but I feel like there's still room for dating. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like people talk about being polyamorous, and I don't understand what the difference is between that and just unless you're married and you're polyamorous, with a girlfriend. But it's like we used to just call that dating. If you're, I'm seeing a couple of people, 2, 3 people that we go out now and again, and if you hook up at the end of the date, then you hook up at the end of the day. But nobody expects like exclusivity or monogamy necessarily because we're dating. We're just like that's what's up. So this whole the hookup culture thing, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, wow, that'd be nice. We could just like pick up the phone and be like, hook up, or like get on Tinder and be like, yeah, here's a chick who's just like down DTF, right? But I feel like that gets old pretty fast, especially if just you're never really connecting with anybody, right? You're never really meeting anybody. You're not having any chance to experience the thrill of the chase, right? The wooing, the courting, the courtship. I feel like that's like half of the fun of dating is that excitement. And I feel like an agreement to just hook up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's great, but I feel like to live like that might be fun once in a while. I think to live your dating life like that would get old right away. That's why we evolved hands. Why put the work into getting someone else to do it? Ah, come get Psalm 01. Who's that? Oh, I'm happy dating myself. If that works for you, buddy, that's open. An open relationship is when one person has another person on the side. Yeah. Oof. If I'm dating someone, I would want to be the only person. No cheating. So that's not dating. Then that's you got a boyfriend. If you're, you know what I mean. Then you like got a boyfriend and you want to be the only one. Men that have invested in me end up not respecting me. What's that about? You mean that have invested in you? Poly is like a three-person relationship. Yeah, I don't know if every poly person sees it like that. That's not. It's just a threesome where everybody's chilling in the same house. I know polyamorous people who make it work, and they just go back and forth between. So there's no threesome there. They're just the partners are okay with knowing that when that person leaves town, they're with another lover. And some people have a genuine lack of jealousy there, and they listen. This is I love this person. I want them to be happy. If this is the best way that they're happy, then I support them as long as they're safe, careful, respectful. It can work. In general, it doesn't. There's always someone getting hurt. Gigolo, gigolo is that un gigolo? Is there an accent on that O in Spanish for gigolo? Sin-free atheist, or did you just misspell that? In English, we just spell it gigolo with no accent on the last. Oh, what is it? Is it gigolo? Is it gigolo in Spanish or gigolo? Gigológico? Good news. I just invented a new god, and she is the one true God. Sweet. Is she hot? Only built mediocre communication skills when I was younger, so I've been single for a long time when I was younger. You're 15, homie. I don't know. 547 says, how you doing, my man? I'm doing all right. I'm with you fine people here on a Wednesday evening. I'd rather study now and be a cougar someday. Okay. Cougars are good. Everyone needs a cougar now and again. Um, yeah, communication is important. There's no doubt about that. Waited until 38 to get married to a man with a 2-year-old was an excellent decision for me. Yeah, I could see that. Um, yeah, you don't have to put up with idiot boys. It was autocorrect, wasn't it? I knew it was. Sin for atheist. Midday Thursday here. Where are you? Come get Sam. Come get Sam 01. It says it's midday Thursday. Where are you in Australia? Um, you in the southern, you in the different hemisphere than us is already past the. Yeah, you're in Sydney. I knew it. I knew it. He's from down under, and it's already Thursday there. Thanks for all your hard work and your communication. Thank you, man. You're thanking me for that. Thank you. I avoid work as much as I possibly can. Never wanted kids. Too much life to be lived to be stuck at home. Good for you, Pine Box Provisions. That's why my girlfriend. I got a young girlfriend because she knows she doesn't want kids, and you find somebody who's already done with that part of their life, and you get along good because we need more people that are like that. I have kids, and I'll never regret it. But our buddy Libertarian Jim, Grumpy Jim, the Libertarian, is really anti. Like he's a straight person who calls breeders, calls straight people breeders. He's straight, and he calls people breeders. To me that was always a real insult from my gay friends. We go, hey, breeders. It sounds kind of, like a smackdown. When you call somebody a breeder. But with overpopulation the way it is, and Europeans are doing it right. One kid, no kids. Let's unless you're really driven to have kids and you're going to love them and take care of them. What's this obsession with having a zillion kids, man? It's bad for the planet. Can't argue. My sister never wanted kids, but now that she has had one, she wants 10 more. Why, man? Some women are happy being pregnant. The hormones make them really happy. My ex was her happiest I've ever known her while she was pregnant. Before and after, for shit. But that was enough reason, boy, to tell you what, to keep her knocked up. It was just to have peace for 9 months because she just loved it so much. I'm giving my mom grand dogs, not grandkids. That a girl. Strawberry snafu. If you're a girl, sorry. Told me to assume. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. I see you, cutie. One was enough for me. I was miserable. One kid. Yeah, I love babies, but I'm not the one who has to carry them and push them out. So I don't argue with women about babies. But I was always willing. As soon as those things came out, man, I was ready to take care of them all by myself. I love newborns, love little kids, love being a dad, love being a domestic. I was always Mr. Mom because my ex was the one who was the power earner in the family. She had a big income, and my landscaping income was just kind of secondary. I had no problem with that. You know what? Because like I said, work it sucks anyway, and I got to stay home with my kids and take care of them. Yes, I begged to have my tubes tied, but the doctor wouldn't do it then because I was too young. Really, your doctor wouldn't do it for you? How young do you have to? How old do you have to be to have your tubes tied? Isn't that a personal decision? Can't you just go to another doctor? How about an informed financial decision on how many they could afford? Yeah, there's that. I know too many people with 5+ kids, even one family with 11. Wow. Yeah, I mean, he maybe wants you to think about it, but a 20-year-old person can decide whether they want their tubes tied. I believe 25 and must have two kids. What's up, Ethan Lawless original? What's up with the podcast? It's going. I just, I'm working on one on sex abuse now. It'll be coming out. It'll be coming out. I'd only get them out once every month or two. I think the rule is they require a woman to have 2 kids before the doctors will tie tubes. What? What rule? That's ridiculous. It's more legislation of women's bodies, man. Tying tubes is a big deal. It's not like getting a vasectomy. It's a bigger deal. It's a bigger surgery. Um, so it's worth like your doctor making you think about it before you just like, oh, okay, snip, snip, snip. But um, it's very hard for women to find a doctor that will tie their tubes in the U.S. Most doctors require husband's approval to get a tubal or a hysterectomy. Really? I know I'd get denied to get my tubes tied, even though I have PCOS. What's PCOS? And I'm a lesbian who wants no kids. That's fucked up, man. That's just wrong and everything. The doctor wouldn't do it because I didn't have kids. The policy probably varies state by state. Boy, oh boy. Ethan tried to get snipped when he was 19. The doctor wouldn't do it because you didn't have kids. See, like when a man does it, it's reversible. If you like have regrets, you can go fix that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. And they still won't tie them for you. That's just nuts. You made a new vid on your alt. Well, check it out. Check out Radical Penny's new vid. Yeah, I got my Wu Tang shirt on tonight. Thanks, man. Doctor play God with men and women's reproductive parts. Yeah, they do. Yep, I've begged for a hysterectomy for health reasons. I have 2 grown children, and I'm totally done, and they won't give you a hysterectomy. The doctor's here refusing in case my husband wants more kids. That's fucked up. You could find a doctor to do that for you, I'm sure. These are all religious underpinnings. These are all, you need your husband's permission. Why? Really? Yeah, reproductive health service is still under threat in 2021 is ridiculous. It really is. Thank you, Mark Doyen, for stating that. It's just more embarrassment to be an American, honestly. That's just fucked up. I mean, I haven't asked for them tied because there's no way I'd be approved at 18. Um, that's crazy though. Husband was 45 when he got his vasectomy, and the doctor came out into the waiting room to talk to me. Mushroom, 1962. Talk to you about what? Make sure you were all right with it. I'm in Mississippi. Finding a no religious doctor is almost impossible. Yeah, I would get the fuck out of Mississippi then. That's fine. If you find a doctor you can't find a doctor who's not religious, then you don't have any good doctors, because the best doctors, believe me, are not religious. Yeah. Why do pets get more consideration? Exactly. Good one. Uh, Patriarchal society at its finest. There you go. I once had an allergist tell me I wouldn't have allergies anymore if I just prayed and went to church. Just pray those allergies away. Please, please, God. Fucking moron. There's a doctor not worth the paper that his fucking diploma is written on. An allergist. Yikes. Yeah, that's fucked up. I saw that Texas approved Prop 3. I saw that. You see where this A Latter-day Saints missionary brings the first COVID-19 case to a remote island nation. Now, there's Christianity at work. There's religion at work. Not satisfied with having an island somewhere that doesn't have Christians on it. The LDS, Latter-day Saints, had to send somebody to do missionary work on Tonga, which had no COVID until Friday when, yeah, you guessed it, a missionary brought COVID to Tonga. What a fucking piece of shit, man. If I was Tongans, my allergies, I better pray more. If I was Tongan, I'd beat the fuck out of that motherfucker. He literally made me say that I believed in God, and I had to say it because my dad was there. Who? The allergist? That's fucked up. Pray away the plague. Half of Europe dies. I'm sure it works. Yeah, but I'm sure it works on allergies. Yeah. Anna Breaks for Fraggles is here. What's up, girl? Good to see you, my friend. And thanks for the follow, Zenial Doozer81. Need more follows. Yeah, my followership went away. I think they're shadow banning me again. Are you guys living in the United States of Gilead? It's getting there. It's getting there. I was just down through Tennessee, and every time I go there, I pass this giant cross by the side of the road, and I think to myself, how they did that to the Washington Monument in Handmaid's Tale. Oh, wait a minute, guys! I said bless you for my sneeze. Actually, I don't even care. People say bless me. I don't. That one doesn't bother me. It's like the expression here. What are you gonna do? But yeah, Dofuku, we are kind of living in the United States of Gilead, and that's what we're fighting. That's why we're here doing what we do, um, is to keep us from becoming a Handmaid's Tale society. Yeah, Christianity is the one true religion. That's why there's too many denominations to keep track of. Yeah. Zenial Doozer81, your other account got suspended. Sorry to hear it, man. You got to go. All right, Matt Hatter. We'll see you later, bud. Double shift for you. Good luck, man. You're gonna need it. Get this though. With overtime, I'm getting paid 40 an hour to work the front. I'm getting paid 40. Wow, to work the front desk. Wow, that's big. That's big cake, man. You can buy a lot of hats with that. Well, good luck to you, my friend. Thanks for joining, Steve 66, Steve LA 66. Appreciate you. And here, Shamala Hamala, Shamala Hamala. As you just say, Shabala Hamala. Tongan and Samoans are some big bad dudes. Yeah, well, they're still going to get COVID. Um, but yeah, some of those Pacific Islanders are, how many football players are there from Samoa? Just some big tough dudes, like you said. Spreading disease to isolated areas, nothing more Christian than that. That's a really great point. S. Mumford 5 points out that, yes, Christians have been doing that since Christ was a corporal, my friend. And we still got a Columbus statue in this town. Remember I was talking about how we still have Joseph McCarthy stuff named after Joseph McCarthy, who was a demonstrable piece of shit. We still have that going on in town here. And I realized that, like, there's a huge Italian population, immigrant, descended from immigrants population in Kenosha. Just so many Italians here, and we're all right with that because they got delis and they got restaurants, and they're pretty good people. But they lobbied at some point in the past to get a Christopher Columbus statue put up down by the lake. Real focal point in town, and there he is in all his friggin' genocidal glory. Christopher Columbus. I'm thinking about going down to the city hall because they have like a gripe session where you can just be like, "Hey, I need a pothole fixed on my road," and you go down to the council meeting, the city common council meeting, and you get your chance to be like that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go down and like, why the fuck do we still have a statue to this murdering, butchering, ass face Columbus, man? It's just an embarrassment, man. Teams are changing their names from the Redskins and the Orange Men in deference to the Native Americans. Yet here we are honoring Christopher Columbus. The reason that we don't have any of the native Indians of the Caribbean left. Those are like, you can say what you want about like a lot of the nations in America, a lot of the Native American tribes and indigenous nations in the U.S. Um, most of them were beaten down to nothing, and some of them went away completely. But a lot of them still have a lot of people left, and even some language skills, right? Not the poor Caribbean Indians, man. The Taíno, the people from Boricua, from Puerto Rico, they're gone. The Seminoles, they're gone. Like all those islands had their own indigenous populations that are gone completely. We have no people left from those cultures. It's so fucking sad. Yeah, missionaries. Do you know Jesus? Want to meet him really soon? Yeah, here's some smallpox. Yeah, Columbus was a fraud. Rob, do you know about Shamala Hamala? I've heard that's like a no. I don't know what. Tag me though in the video. I will. Shamala Hamala. Like I've heard that before, but I'm sure in reference to smallpox. Oh my bear. Hi underground. How was Shoane Alpha Blot? What's Alpha Blot? It was good. It was good. It was fine. We had a nice time. Me and the kids going around in North Carolina. The cool thing about North Carolina is on Halloween they can sit outside, man, and people just come out to the end of their driveway and put a little fire pit out there and sit around drinking beers because it was probably 65 degrees, 60 degrees anyway. Nice, not hot, but a nice, comfortable, balmy, mild evening. And here it's like, yeah, a lot of times Halloween's not that bad, the weather's not that bad, but no one is sitting outside in shirt sleeves drinking a beer with their neighbors. And I thought that was cool. You walk around, you don't have to go up to people's houses because they're out at the end of the driveway with a table and the candy bowl right there, and everybody's friendly because they got a couple of beers in them. And that's the first time I'd seen that. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Halloween in the South. Watching from cold Burlington, what, Vermont? Am I excited for Christmas? In all caps, Heather, yet even. I'm always excited for Christmas. Fox News anchor said she needed to fact check Christopher Columbus. Why? Oh, Burlington, Wisconsin. Oh, duh. You're right down the road. I didn't even think of it. I'm like, Burlington, where it's at. Burlington's a cute little town, man. Racine, it's got a bump out because Racine wanted to keep Burlington. You see that? Burlington's in the bump out. Between Racine and Kenosha used to be one county for people who don't know. And if you look at the map of Wisconsin, all the counties are about the same size. But Kenosha and Racine are half the size of the other ones because they got split in half because Kenosha got too big to fall under the edges of Racine County. But if you look at the western edge, there's a notch. They're not rectangles. There's a notch at the bottom of Racine County. Not that anyone gives a shit. But that's Burlington, man. Whatever reason, Racine lobbied to keep Burlington in Racine County. Must have been some tax base there that they needed to keep coming in. You got to go. Thank you, Strawberry Snafu. Thank you for coming on board. Miss you already. And stop by again. We appreciate you. You're originally from Oregon, Wisconsin. There's an Oregon, Wisconsin, right? You know that, right? There's a town out by Beloit called Oregon, Wisconsin. You're already listening to Christmas music, Heather. No, come on. Really? You like Christmas that much? I feel itchy when the holidays, kind of get ahead of themselves. It doesn't. I don't like it. You know what I mean? When August brings Halloween stuff to the store, I get upset. It's still fucking summer. Still summer, and you're like getting ready for Halloween, man. It makes me itchy. It used to happen a good maybe a month. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, they would get the stuff out there, but now it's like shit, man. People have been putting up their Christmas stuff for weeks now, getting ready, and Thanksgiving becomes an afterthought. Oh, I'm changing. Look at this. Oh, I'm changing filters. Bright, vlog, vitality. Ooh, vitality. Sunny, original. I'll stick with original. I'm not a filter guy. Have a good evening, Pine Box Provisions. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Too early for Thay. Oregon. I can't get over it. Oregon, Wisconsin. Yeah, Oregon. Oregon. My birthday is December 24th, so I love Christmas that much. You love Christmas Eve then. The difference between us and God, we would stop needless deaths of children if we could. Yeah, I would, I wouldn't stop there. There'd be a lot of other things I would do if I was God. But that's just because we have more morals than the God of the Bible supposedly had. I need to move to Miami or the Keys. Don't you love Miami? I love Miami. Florida, you can say what you want. Florida sucks. It's full of rednecks and Florida man and gators and swamps and hillbillies and dirty, dirty, Trumpy people. But Miami's cool as fuck, man. Miami's cool as fuck. And the Keys too, man. So I'm with you. I'll go to Miami in a second. Si no, para la salsa, una salsa y la merengue. I went to a Sony launch party last month and they were celebrating Christmas, not Halloween. Launch of what, like a record? Yeah, I'm with you. Christmas is always a good memory growing up, Cooking cookies, baking baked goods, eating a lot of food, chilling with the family. Everybody's in a good mood. New cameras and old OLED TVs. Oh, the Sony thing? OLED TVs. What's OLED? I'm relying incoming reading. I am rely incoming reading freak and Roman myths. Can't make sense of that sentence. My friend. Anytime I think of Miami, I think of Bad Boys 2. I'm sorry. With Bad Boys. Is that Will Smith? Yeah, I haven't seen Bad Boys 1 or Bad Boys 2. I'm old enough, I think of Miami Vice when I think of Miami. What the hell else is going on? A pastor arrested for soliciting sex from a minor preached in church days later. Yeah, that's right. John Blanchard, pastor of Rock Church in Virginia Beach, caught in a sting where detectives posed as underage children in order to catch people soliciting them for sex. 17 people, including John Blanchard of Rock Church. They reached out and were trying to coordinate an opportunity to have sex with a minor. Majorly, they were met by police and arrested. The fact that a pastor was charged with solicitation of prostitution isn't exactly shocking these days. What was shocking was he was arrested on Friday, October 29th, and in the pulpit on Sunday. Just like Jesus. Killed on Friday, resurrected on Sunday, man. Jesus, the way these churches like cover that shit up in order to save face, and that'll be talk about the next podcast. It'll be part of what we're getting at with the next podcast is how, churches will do anything to save face and, preach forgiveness for the perpetrator and ignore the victim. Oh, GTA Vice City, right? How about it? We're talking about Miami. I saw a recent post about more kids found on residential school property. Really? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you to do about that, especially in the face of like these apologists, right? These people who would be like, "Oh, they weren't hidden. They were always graveyards. They were marked graves. Really? Why does residential schools have graveyards behind them, man? You're not supposed to be killing the fucking kids who go to those schools. So whether there was always supposed to be graveyards or whether they were hidden graveyards, doesn't make much of a difference in my fucking world. I went to a prep school. We didn't have a fucking graveyard at the prep school for the dead kids that came out of that school. It's just fucked up. I always thought it was weird the day Jesus died is called Good Friday. I used to ask that when when I was little. I'm like, why? Well, because Jesus died for us was the ultimate good thing. Jesus died for us. So it's Good Friday. That's why, like, okay. Wasn't real good for Jesus though. I think in Canada it's over 7,000. I'm not sure about the US, what the poor dead kids that they're finding. Are they getting anywhere? I know they're investigating. They're supposedly investigating in the US all of these schools because they were everywhere and there was the same shit went on, of course, if not the same shit, then worse in America um, than it is in Canada. But who knows, man? There's somebody greasing a palm somewhere to keep shit undercover and not let people know what's actually going on. Um, Lazarus Gaming brings up GTA Vice City. I love that, man. He's got gaming on the mind. But I tell you what, they could have like stopped making video games after Vice City. I love that video game so much that I wouldn't even needed anymore. Yeah, Martin Lawrence movie, right? Bad Boys 2. But isn't it both of them? Or no, it was just Martin Lawrence. I thought it was Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys. Everything about Christianity is weird. What are you guys talking about? That's not the only thing. I mean, the whole thing is weird. Do you miss the head popping? I was sad when they took that away. I think the other incarnations of GTA are great too. I'm still getting through 5. It's like it's been out for what 3 years, and I'm still like working on it. Um, but they took away the head popping, and is that pressure from groups, or they just figured they'd leave it for the one game? I wonder. But when I saw that, I was like, yeah, this game is for me, man. I saw a TikTok about God having a wife that was suppressed from the Bible. Asherah, you're talking about probably. And our girl taxed the churches a sandwich, right? She's really, really into studying that stuff now and posting about it. So if you look at her page, she's got some stuff about that. I think Asherah is probably who you're talking about. And again, the divine feminine has been removed from Abrahamic literature, Abrahamic religions, and so we can preserve the patriarchy. Tony Van Dam, hello, fellow atheist. GTA 5 has been out for 8 years. That's how fucking time goes by. 8 years? No. They haven't had one since then, right? That's crazy. Are they going to do another one? I wish they would. You play GTA on an Oculus? That's cool. Didn't know they had those on Oculus. You played it for a year? Games kind of grow with seasons these days? What's that mean? Yeah, the chocolate Easter bunny, all that shit. Those are all from. She's right. Those are all from pagan spring rituals, and now when you look at it, pretty much everything is 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 all pagans. Mountain Laurel's right when she says that, and I'm really glad about the pagan resurgence, the interest. Came out in 2013 for PS3 and Xbox 360. Um, yeah, are you sure about that? I thought 5 was made for the PS4. They do seasonal events in games. They last a couple months for some. Huh. Lets you play a game for years. Yeah, see, I play games for years just because I'm that slow at it. They last me for years. Right. Christmas trees are pagan And the Bible has a verse referring it to it as idol worship and sin. Yeah, well, Christmas trees are certainly pagan. I didn't know the Bible had a verse against Christmas trees. They've been around that long, my friend. Kevin Rubix is back. What's up, man? I had so much back when people were hacking the game. I've GTA bought on the PS3, 360, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Rockstar be rolling in dough. Yeah, well, they hit a home run with that series, didn't they? But when's the next one coming out? You still need to watch American Gods? I do. I've not watched American Gods. Let me write that down on the list too. And I still need to watch The Man from Earth too. I have that on the list. I'm gonna look for that when I go in tonight. American Gods. I'm getting old. I got to write this stuff down if I'm to remember. What about Jeremiah 10? I have a good question. What's your question? I'm not the Messiah. Looking for an Xbox 360 for my autistic son because his broke. I don't have one for you, buddy. I'd send it out to you. Could something exist? Could something exist in a higher dimension? You're gonna have to explain dimension to me and what a higher dimension means. Why would a dimension be higher or lower? Wouldn't it just be parallel? It's annoying being back up on so much thing. You got, Sending love from NYC. Thanks, Miss Grease. Appreciate you. You got a server message that kicked you off? You got disconnected? Mount Laurel? We'd never be able to observe it. What if something was in a higher dimension? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if there's a lot of science that we don't know yet. And Carolyn Neal has a good point. It's possible. What is plausible? That's the thing about God. It's possible. It's just the least plausible solution to the questions of the universe. Plausibility is a big thing. That's right. Not a bug thing, a big thing. So what's your idea about dimensions? Is that like the multiverse? I am not the Messiah. Tell me what you have in mind with your dimensional construct here that you're talking about, because I'm not sure what you mean by that, my friend. Scrolling back through the messages here to see if anybody said anything. And still no comments on the YouTube. This is North Texas radio host. This asshole, Neil Doc Gallagher. You guys read about William Neil Doc Gallagher? 33 lifetime prison sentences for a Ponzi scheme that he sold to elderly listeners of a Christian radio station. That just says it all, doesn't it, man? He's like not even like disguising his duplicitousness, man. He's just straight up out there bilking people from $50,000 to $600,000 and doing it over Christian radio. Gotta love the balls on people. We can move as three-dimensional beings. Yes, we're bound as objects here in time and space. Is it possible for nothing to exist? Just in reality, can nothing exist? They're not really. I think they're finding that nothing can't really exist, and nothing does exist. As in, nothing doesn't exist, but nothing doesn't really exist. What we previously thought of as nothing in the universe turns out really to not be nothing, as I understand it. Again, I'm not Mr. Cosmologist. I'm not the guy with those answers. I trust the people who do that. I trust the people who study these things um, for reality. But every time I hear a religious say, "You believe something came from nothing," I just laugh. I'm like, you know less than I do, and I'm underinformed about the latest discoveries in cosmology. Right? I'm not that guy who's like right there every day reading every article and every essay that comes out and every peer-reviewed study that comes out on the nature of the universe. So there's a lot of people. Our guy, we're going to do a string theory show. Kevin and I, we will set that up. Kevin Rubix, who loves string theory. I'd love to learn. I think it might interest some people. So we will do a dual live where we discuss string theory and hope we can get into some of these uh, these cosmetology, cosmology, not cosmetology. Ooh, you're back, babe. What's up? Uh, but yeah, the people who say that something can't come from nothing don't understand that there really isn't nothing. Um, and what they thought of as nothing uh, isn't nothing. Um, so those arguments are stupid. They don't make any sense at all. They don't have any relation to the real world or the real universe. As a 2D being couldn't observe a 3D world. Yeah, because we couldn't move in the fourth dimension, and we, I don't know. Those are interesting topics of conversation. I think mom would trust anyone who holds a Bible, like Trump when he went out and held that Bible up. Boy, oh boy. Our consciousness and awareness acts different. It's not dimensional. It's not one dimensional. You guys are getting deep on me here. Christians think God is eternal, but can't fathom the universe being eternal too. No, they don't. They don't. They can fathom that. They don't want to go there because as soon as you bring that up, they know that their argument is shit. So I don't. I don't think that they can't fathom it. They just block it out. They're like, no, no. Only God is eternal, and He exists outside of space time. Okay. Um, where would that be then? You know what I mean, are we talking about a different dimension? Are we talking about just straight up fantasy magic? I guess, but that's the whole reading the Quran again today. He's like, they refer to rain coming from the heavens, right? So at some point people figured that the heavens were up there in the sky, and that when you know it rained, it was heaven sending the earth nourishing rain from heaven. We know where rain comes from, and it ain't from heaven. So again, the Quran not infallible, the Quran not the word of God, the Quran not a perfect book. The more I read it, the more I realize that it's like really, really reliant on the mythology of the Bible. It's not even all this talk of science. It doesn't even update the idea that Noah and Adam and Abraham weren't necessarily real people. He talks about those things like they were actual events and actual people. So right there, that he didn't know shit about it, just like the people who wrote the Bible. Um, uh, but the people won't go there in their minds because then it's just it contradicts their firmly held beliefs. So in order for somebody to accept that the universe might be eternal, then they have to like let go of their whole thing, and they're just not gonna. But believe me, they get it. They get it. My grandmother actually believed when I was a kid that God made rain and we got new more water, every time. And then where does it go though? Right? Does it like disappears completely when it evaporates and goes what? Does it go back to God? That's a pretty way to think of it. It's like God's got people. He's like, yeah, we've got more water vapor coming in here, man. Put it in that room there, and then when it condenses, we'll have some more rain for these assholes. Do you like ICP Grandpa? ICP Grandpa? What's ICP Grandpa? I don't know what that is, mate. ICP Grandpa. Anyone know what that is? In Stranger Things, the upside down would be an added dimension. You can keep adding them. I still don't watch Stranger Things. You guys like Stranger Things? Is that good? I started watching Altered Carbon. Insane Clown Posse Grandpa. Some icy grandpa. I don't know. I don't know what's Insane Clown Posse. You still lost me there. Oh boy. Got blocked. You're almost to the end of the show before somebody got blocked. But you did it. Bye. Thanks for being here, man. Religion equals normal events that were defined by people who didn't understand it, defined by people who didn't understand it at the time. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to look at it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Never asked him to love me. What are you talking about? Yeah, right. Yeah, we almost had one a show without getting anybody blocked, and then that asshole had to ruin it. Damn you for ruining it. I'm still lost on this ICP grandpa thing. I don't have any idea what you guys are talking about. How do you get blocked? By preaching on the train. You know, we don't have we have a no tolerance policy because, you know, for a while I was getting my lives taken down, and we assume because, you know, Christians will come on your live and catch you saying things and then report you. Um, you know, and it happened a lot of times in a row. It hasn't happened in a while now too, man. I don't know if I'm doing anything better or we're just getting shadow banned to the point where people aren't, you know, Christians aren't getting this on their FYP, so we're not getting as many coming along. But yeah, thanks for asking. If you come on here to just preach, you know, you're just going to get blocked because we assume that you're trying to catch me in a moment of weakness where I go off on you and say something mean that they can then complain about and get us kicked off the air, which we really don't want to do. Um, and so I feel like that hasn't been happening very much lately. But that asshole just got blocked because all they did was come on here to say Jesus is king or whatever the hell they said, something stupid. Um, Jesus loves you. Yeah, isn't that dumb? You know, we know Jesus is either dead or never existed. So how can he love us? That's how Bill Maher puts it, that they can't call themselves Christians, but fans. Only preaching I do is God is a lie. Preach it, Tuck. There you go. Yeah, that's the only real way to get blocked off of this live. You know, and unfortunately, we, you know, block some people I think that didn't want to be that were screwing around. You know, and it's just like no. It's like being in the line at the airport and making a joke about having a bomb. They're not going to take that like a joke. They're going to drag you off and fucking put you in the back room and do nasty things to you. Um, and so that's what happens here. We'd rather not take a chance. So if you come up with that shit, you're gonna get you're gonna get drummed right off the air by my great moderators. Again, Kevin Rubik's, non crazy cat lady, and Heather Mack, and Atheist Hub. You guys follow them if you could. Because I blocked. Oh, you blocked and broke the record. That's all right. Uh, he needed it. We want to go on without getting anybody who needs it. You know, that guy needed block. I don't like the stories. Some are good, but they're dated. Yeah, the Bible. You think? How can anyone believe in a benevolent God with all the misery and suffering on earth? Ludicrous. Yes, Marblehead Dave. Thank you very much. And philosopher Stephen Law at the University of Oxford maintains that you can disprove God by using the opposite, the evil God hypothesis. Say to someone, you know, I believe that there's a God who is manifestly evil and is omni-evil or whatever the hell word that for that, you know, would be for that. You can easily debunk that by saying, but there can't be an evil God who wants everything to be evil because there's so much good in the world. And that's a pretty good argument, according to him, on why an evil God doesn't exist. There's just too much love, too much beauty. Human beings are in general have too good of a nature. You know, there's too much manifest good and beauty and love in the world for us to believe that there could be a God out there who's all powerful and wants everything to be evil, because that person could make that happen if they were all powerful. All you got to do is use that argument and switch it over to debunk the idea of the Christian God. There is obviously not an omnibenevolent God out there, because there's so much manifest bad, evil, and horrible things that happen to decent people. This is a planet of consumption. Yeah, it is. We are eaters. So what really is evil? Evil to me is just, doing harm to others. Baby Jesus is God? No, baby Jesus is non-existent. Thanks, Steve. Baby Jesus is a myth. Baby Jesus is a fantasy that we relive every Christmas in our world, when people put up a creche, a manger scene for Christmas. I don't think the planet consumes anything. I don't know. Does the planet not consume all the people that die, and all the all the things that rot, all the decomposing matter, organic or even otherwise? Isn't can you say that the Earth consumes that stuff by retaking? Um, I don't know. It's maybe a little bit poetic, but I'm just playing devil's advocate there. Cheese is loved by you. Cheese is loved by me. That's very true. I love cheese. I love all kinds of cheese, and cheese is definitely loved by me. It doesn't love me so much. You know what I mean? Did God die on the cross, or Jesus die? We don't know. We don't know if Jesus died on the cross. We don't know if anybody died on the cross. We know some people died on crosses, but we don't even know if Jesus existed. Never mind, did he die on the cross? What are you, an atheist? Yes, user a lot of numbers. That's why we're called Atheist Underground. See, reading is a skill, my friend. When I told my friend that Jesus' birthday is not actually December 25th, she was speechless. Really? I don't even think that's like, when I went to church, no one pretended that December 25th was really Jesus's birthday. We assumed Jesus existed, and we know when the census would have been taken, and it would have been taken in the spring. And so if we go by that, um, we know that Jesus wasn't born in December. There are ways that believers in Jesus can debunk the myth of Christmas without leaving their faith in Jesus behind. And we were one of those churches. It's like, people know, people who study these things understand. You know, the thinking now is that, like, the census, Caesar's census, probably didn't happen the way it is in the Bible, because the Romans weren't idiots. They would not, if you're going to have a census, you would not make everybody return to their hometown for the census. That would cause utter confusion and issues of logistics that no one could deal with. Why would they do that? Just count yourself where you are and where you live now. Instead, you got the whole fucking country traveling back to where they were from for the census. It doesn't make any sense. So that, they're it's likely that the census story is bullshit, because the Romans would not have done that. You got to go back to where you were born. So get on the road, and when you get there, then we'll count you. You're counting your census. Then go back to try to walk across the country with your donkey and go back to your job in a completely different town in the desert. Rebellion is what it would have. Yeah. Current constellations have changed. Jesus was born late September 4 BC. Okay. Um, yeah, you don't have any idea if Jesus was even born. I think it just speaks to her mind belief in what she's told her whole life. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just indoctrination, and um, people have no idea, because they don't look at it, they don't study it, they just believe what they're told. They're like, what? What? Jesus wasn't born on December 25th? procremation being, as we can't just bury bodies naturally without coffins. The planet just keeps getting bigger as it flies through space. That's it. Uh, Here's one. If Jesus was born, was he born again? No. He was a Jew. He was not a born again Christian. The Bible says he was created the first time around. But unconditional love is just that, unconditional, and that contradicts all the hatred I see. Yeah. Bottom line is all Christmas traditions have zero to do with the Bible. Yeah, that's certainly true. Try some vegan cheese. It might be easier on you. Yeah. Easier on the taste buds or easier on my lactose intolerance. Oh, you're going with the steak joke. Yeah, the Bible says Jesus was died on a steak. And Steve says he choked on a badly cooked steak, or he was a vampire that got murdered by a steak. No, they were talking about a big steak, not a cross, right? Um, but I don't know. If he was murdered by the Romans, he was probably crucified. Thanks, the Broadus. Thea Broadus. Thank you. Really love you being here. And we're about out of time. I'm going to split in a couple of minutes. Does that make you better than? Thanks for the roses. I appreciate you. Much respect. Gotta go. See ya, Carolyn. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're gonna split. We're gonna split in a few minutes. Anyway, I could die for a steak now. For a steak, a nice one though, a nice, well cooked, medium rare, nice bloody New York strip. How about that? Yum. Nice fat marbled through it. Gotta love that. Have a great evening, man. Check you later. Romans invented crucifixion. Not true. Phoenicians invented crucifixion, and they were really brutal with it. They didn't break your legs and let you suffocate. They let you hang there for 3 days until you died of natural causes. Jesus didn't die for anything because he didn't stay dead. Not much of a sacrifice. Yeah, he didn't even go to hell forever. Like that's what's going to happen to us, right? We'd have to go to hell forever. But he didn't even go for like a weekend. He went for like overnight, and then he came back and then he got to party a little bit with his friends and then he got to ascend into heaven and now he's chilling with God in heaven. The whole story doesn't make any sense. It just none of it makes a lick of sense at all. And the fact that a God would have to kill his son, are you gonna worship a guy who would kill his own son? That's where you want to be with this? Worship a guy that would kill his own son for other people? Because he couldn't just forgive him himself or make him sinless the first time. It's just so dumb. Why do Christians idolize the supposed thing that Jesus was killed with? Because they don't care about the mandate against idol worships. They'll worship a graven image of any kind they can get their hands on, and they chose that Latin cross. I don't know. If you don't put any thought into it, I guess it's a nice looking figure. I guess it's clearly evocative. It's been with us, for a long time. When it's doubtful that the crosses that they were crucified on looked as perfect as that T of the Latin cross, but yeah, wouldn't you carry an electric chair around you? Yeah, or a bunch of needles for the injection. Are you familiar with A Course in Miracles? You know what? No, and I should be. A Course in Miracles. I'm gonna look that up too. I'm gonna put that on my list because at some point someone was talking to me about that, and now I do not remember, other than the name, what exactly it is. Lots of homework for me. Thank you all for doing that. I was an ACIM student for over 10 years. Wow. Let me sacrifice myself to save my creations from myself. It's exactly right. It's exactly what it is. Um, Yeah, I could be wrong, but I was taught that the Romans took it from the Phoenicians who invented it, as a really torturous way to die because you lift yourself up on your legs, right, so that you can breathe, and then when your legs get tired and crampy, you let yourself hang on your arms. But when you hang on your arms, you can't suck a breath in, so that doesn't last for too long, and then you lift yourself back up on your legs again. And this would go on for 2 3 days until you finally died of exposure, or you let yourself suffocate or something like that. So the Romans actually like sped up the process by adding the broken legs part. Uh, use a lot of numbers. You got muted for 5 minutes, which is going to be the whole show because we're out of time here. It's 9 o'clock. It's written in iambic pentameter, so it can be hard to figure out. Lots of double negatives. What is Course in Miracles is? It's written in iambic pentameter. I love iambic pentameter. Not sure why that would make it have a lot of double negatives, but I'll check it out. Um, yeah. Yeah, where did they get the timber for those crosses, right? They had to be smart and reuse them. That's the whole thing. Where did Jesus get his wood to be a carpenter? Yeah, he lived in the desert. You know, it wasn't the idea that he was a carpenter is laughable because that's unlikely that that's what he did. It's all about the singing and mass hysteria to pick your pockets. What's that? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I would have to look it up. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, you guys. It's already been 2 hours. I can't believe how time flies when I'm having fun like this. And I love being with all of you folks. I'm going to blast off, though, and quit right now. There goes my YouTube stream. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us